Hello, folks, and welcome to The Bend Show. You know, where you shut down the tractor, pull the big rig over, get out of the office, and share the other parts of life with us in the outdoors, where you never know what's coming around the bend. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. As always, we love hearing from all of you. Comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of us anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. Sitting besides me in shotgun, as always, is my producer and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Tigger, this week's show, we know already between the two of us, we'll let the cat out of the box. It's a lot of firsts for a lot of people, and we're talking hunting season.
A lot of firsts, but a lot of successes, though, too.
Yes,
that's what's super cool.
And some fun stuff. So first one out of the gate, I want to share one that's close to home with us, and it deals with Grandma Lois.
Grandma Lolo.
Grandma Lois over the weekend, she had our nephew Reese with her. Anyway, Grandma's pretty cool because she took time with Reese to do a little dove hunting. And yes, they were successful. Gotta say, though, that after you clean those birds, there's not a lot to eat. But you know what? They did enjoy an appetizer at that. One thing I gotta say is, and that's what I love that Grandma Lois took time to go with Reese, is that it doesn't matter what age you're at, taking the time to build those memories are what we all will remember and cherish for years to come. Our first news story takes us to California. A bear recently shoplifted at a 7-Eleven in Olympic Valley, California. The bear entered the store late at night before stealing several candy bars. The cashier filmed the bear and cursed at it, yelling, "Dude, that's it. Get out. I'm locking the doors. You're a thief, man. You got no business in here. Get out of here."
I'm sure that just intimidated
and lastly,
the bear.
I'm the alpha male. Well, you know what, Tigger? In a lot of ways, I feel like you and I could write a book of what we've yelled at cows.
Well, I mean, a book that would have to be censored.
Now heading to South Carolina, alligator hunting season is in full swing. It opens September 10th and runs until October 8th. Making headlines has been a 13-foot, 625-pound gator caught in Lake Marion, located 70 miles north of Charleston, South Carolina. So far, season is going very well. Taxidermists are reporting receiving the most alligators they ever have for opening weekend as an example. And by the way, I checked into it. Hunters are issued permits through a lottery system and only allowed one alligator per season in their designated area. That's been fun, and that's a wrap of the news for now. Youth rifle seasons have kicked off in many states this last weekend. Well, lots of action was going on, but one young lady from the northern part of the country caught our eye and is today's spotlight. After following her dad for the last 7 years, 14-year-old Ella Unruh got to hold more than just the binoculars. Ella proved she was no longer the little girl that screamed, "There's a big one!" on her first hunt with her dad, to now being the calm, relaxed young lady who crawled through mud, adjusted herself into position, and patiently waited for what seemed like an eternity for that good shot, squeezing the trigger of her 6.5 Creedmoor on a beautiful muley buck. Congratulations, Ella Unruh from Beulah, North Dakota, for having harvested a terrific 5x5 muley, or 10-pointer, depending on where you're listening. According to her dad, Casey Unruh, this was a proud dad moment, but also made for the best hunt he'd ever been. And I know Ella made her mom, Jessica, who's also a hunter, very proud too. By the way, I wanted to mention Ella's first buck was still in the velvet, something that still remains on my own bucket list. Love hearing and sharing moments like this. Hunting with my dad was very special, and those memories remain as part of our fondest times on the ranch growing up. Now, I challenge everyone, if you hear of something spotlight worthy, send in those pics, the info, and tag us at The Bend Show on social media. You just might be our next spotlight shout out, or even as a guest on this show. Now we head to Illinois, where Heather Crowe from Little Rock Taxidermy has this update.
Hey, Beck, it's Heather with Little Rock Taxidermy. Just wanted to do a quick update. I'm actually home for a little bit here. Harvest season's almost here. We're going to start rolling the combine probably on Monday. So just anybody who's out and about on the roads, whether it's the highways, the county roads, just slow down, be cautious. Can be a lot of long hours going out there, a lot of extra wheels going up and down the road. So please just be cautious of everyone that's out there. Right now, seasons are underway. We've got dove and squirrel season open right now. Grandpa took the boys last week on dove opener, and they came home with a mess of birds. Excited to wrap them in bacon, put them on the grill. Moving on to deer season. Archery opens for deer and turkey on October 1st. Tags can still be got over the counter. Then looking into November and December is our firearm and muzzleloader season. Also, waterfowl, various seasons will be coming in. As always, check the Hunter's Digest for the zones and the species that you're after. Hope everyone's well, stay safe, and have a safe and happy harvest.
As always, Heather, it's great hearing from you. Remember, folks, check out Little Rack Taxidermy for all of your taxidermy needs. And again, Heather, we appreciate all the tips you always have to offer. Hey, folks, you're not going to want to go anywhere. The first segment of the show has just gotten us going, and it's been fun so far. You're going to want to hear who we have next. He's going to be sharing his first hunt. Plus, later in the show, we're going to have you excited about Oktoberfest. Stay where you are. We'll be right back. This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the Shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again.
The calendar has been marked, your aim is on point, and all that's missing is a clothes to take you to the next level. TheTellyOutdoors.com specializes in clothes that fit, wicks, and move silently while providing comfort and durability. TheTellyOutdoors.com.
It's all about you. This is Michelle with About You Photography. Super excited to be the official photographer of Tigger and Beck. Other than the ranch, photography and design is what I do for a living. From rodeo and Western sports to the elegant to the tasteful, artistic, beautiful, and private, we can take care of whatever you're needing. If I can make Tigger look good, imagine what I can do for you. Get a hold of me for all of your photography needs, from custom shoots to stock photos.
Join the Celebration Nation. Never miss another national day. From National Pretzel Day to Junk Food Day, be notified about contests, coupons, and prize opportunities. NationalDayCalendar.com. Never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck, and alongside, as always, is Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Now, Tigger and I have something very exciting to share with you, and that is we're going to be sharing the success of an individual who tried something new and went outside his comfort zone. And what I love about this is you always hear us saying you're never too old to give something a try. Biggest thing is that you did it, that you gave a try, whether it's successful or not. So, Tigger, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to talk with a friend of ours, Austin Roller from Mandan, North Dakota, got into archery. I'm going to let him kind of share the story about this, but we always talk about the success, and, well, it wasn't so easy for Austin, but it turned out really, really, really darn good.
So about 3-4 years ago, I started just shooting archery. I did it when I was younger, but I never did it as an adult by far. Just started shooting archery, just kind of fell in love with just the shooting part of it. I've always been a hunter, a rifle hunter, upland game, ducks, and just falling into love with this, the fundamentals of archery and the challenges that it has. I always wanted to hunt a big game with the bow, and I just spent a lot of time a couple of years ago just sitting on some ridges, some cliffs, and just watching deer. And last year I put my blind out someplace, and I had a little bit of action early bow season, but then shortly thereafter when crops change and things change around, it was like dead zone. So I had to remake a plan, just sitting in my blind every day watching where everything else is going to. And this year I made a major change. I ended up getting on their basic highway from bed to feed, and they come through every day for the most part. The deer I was looking for comes through there, which was just a little 4x4. Well, not a little, he was a big 4x4. Then all of a sudden his dad shows up.
Oh.
Starts being on camera every 10 days or so. So I decided that if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to wait it out and see if I can't get this 12 pointer. And lo and behold, after all the heartache and pain of the last couple of years, I had my chance and I got him.
So is that kind of tough when you say you the last couple of years you've been scouting, you've been sitting there, and
oh my gosh.
Is that an understatement that it's kind of tough to just sit there? I want to get something so darn bad.
Yeah, but it's just like, I had plenty of opportunities to shoot, mature does or, shoot all kinds of, 2-3-year-old deer, but patience and impatience.
Right. One of the neat things that I always liked about archery, and I'm a bare bow guy. I like to shoot fingers, and I started with. I started like everybody does. You start with a bow and then you kind of graduate. But where I'm going is one of the things that I loved about archery. It can kind of be tailored to your personality, right? Yeah. So if you want to be ridiculous like me and shoot a bare bow and try to shoot instinctive with fingers, very unsuccessfully, I might add, you can do that, or you can go all the way the other direction, and you can have whisker biscuits, and you can shoot with a mechanical release, and you can do all these things, and you can really dial in really your accuracy and your efficiency with your arrows and everything that you're doing. So I always loved that about archery is you can kind of tailor it to your personality and to your style. We can get all excited to get into archery, and I encourage people to try it. And you can go one way, and I mean, we can get starstruck. We can go in and say, okay, I'm going to buy this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and you can do that if you want. So, how would you recommend somebody getting into archery, where first you were just shooting targets and really enjoying it, and then you said, you know what, I really need to slay something with a bow?
If you want to get into it, maybe sign up for a class. And if you want to go do it on your own, just go check out your sporting goods store and just see what fits your budget and just try something, or go find someone who's got one, an older one that they want to sell, or that you feel comfortable buying, and just go try it and go shoot and see what you think. See how your mind, settles in with the whole archery concept, and how all the fundamentals and all the things that you got to learn about to make the right shots and to hit the targets. There's so much you got to do and learn. So you just got to go try.
So how is it different? Your first deer hunt, how is archery different than using your rifle?
Archery hunting versus rifle hunting is a lot more dedication, because you're not only doing all the same, scouting and walking and, all the same things, but you don't get the opportunity to shoot your bow 400 yards or, 200 yards for the average guy. I mean, it's just like you don't get that chance. When you're in archery, you really have to play your cards right every single time, making sure that your scent is covered, make sure that your angles, your location, your shooting lanes are open for, where you're sitting, waiting for the deer to come through. You just got to make sure that all these ducks are in a row every single time. Like for me, I was sitting in a tree stand. I had about a mile walk in and out from my tree stand to my vehicle. So I was doing 2 miles every morning and 2 miles every night, going to work all day, sneaking home, jumping in the shower, doing, my scent routine, get back in my truck without hugging and kissing my wife and kids goodbye, and getting out to my tree stand, well before sundown and the activity time when the deer are coming through, sneaking in, waiting for the deer. If the buck didn't come through, I had to sit and wait for them all to leave. You sit and you just have to enjoy it, and you just learn to love all the things that are going on around you. You get to see the coyotes come in and push the deer out. You get to see the deer push pheasants and all kinds of good, stuff in and out of there. It's a whole different experience than when you're rifle hunting. A couple weeks ago, here I go again. I'm impatiently waiting, but that's the whole fun of it, because it's the challenge. It's a whole different experience than rifle season. Don't get me wrong, I love rifle season, because then I get to hunt with my uncles and my dad, and that it's a whole different experience on that aspect, because it's family time. I really enjoy being around my family, spending all that extra time with people that I don't get to see day in and day out. So there's good things to both.
One of the things I hear many times from fellow archers is they say, just kind of what you were saying, Austin, is rifle hunting is amazing because it can be this community experience with others, and it's family and friends, and that's one of the things I love too. But with archery, it's very different because you're now existing within the environment in which you are hunting. You're not a guest there. You're not coming into another habitat. You're actually learning to exist with what is going on around you. And a lot of people say, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's great if I do get the opportunity to harvest something, but look at the opportunity that I had to simply exist and be in one of the most beautiful environments that the good Lord gave us to appreciate.
And that's exactly, my thought, like we've talked about in the past. It didn't happen, my first, fall season just scouting last year, doing a whole year of hunting out there, even through many of the winter months, and didn't get any opportunity to get any mature deer, a doe, or buck. But don't let that get you down, because you just got to learn from it. You got to make, you'll change it, you'll make it right. And it's just going to make you fall in love with the archery side of hunting tenfold.
So thank you again, Austin Roller, for sharing your story and for sharing the pictures with us. He was awfully darn proud. I think he was blowing up our phone like at midnight or something. He was sending all these pictures. And he's like, hey, guys, look at what I did. So congratulations,
I'm the same
Austin.
Way. So congratulations. I got to repeat what Tigger says. Congratulations, Austin. Then thank you for sharing that and the insight, the tips.
Right.
And you know what?
Getting started for the first time. How do we do it?
If nothing else, hopefully you have inspired others to take the leap and do so as well. Stick with us, everyone. We have more of The Bend right after this.
Want to add just a little bit of spice to your event, your customer appreciation supper, your banquet, your meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Well, bring in us, Beck and I, as your keynote speakers, hosts, MCs, a host couple. We'll make them laugh, even cry tears of joy. Call us today.
OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org, a nonprofit providing veterans and active service members with opportunities to hunt and fish at no cost to them. For more information or to donate, check out OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
Again, that's OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
Add a little heat to those burgers and brats. Add some Mickey's mustard or some Mickey's hot mustard to your summer cooking. Ain't nothing like it. Mickey's mustard. That's Mickey'sMustard.com. Mickey's mustard.
Check out Buckstorm on YouTube. Anything from elk, deer, to bighorn sheep hunting across the state of South Dakota and surrounding states. Weekly videos of how the hunt really happens. Head on over to YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram and subscribe. Where will the Buckstorm take you?
Join the Celebration Nation. Never miss another national day. From National Pretzel Day to Junk Food Day, be notified about contests, coupons, and prize opportunities. NationalDayCalendar.com. Never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Hey everybody, this is John Arman with Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Join us every week as we travel the back roads and backwaters in search of the ultimate outdoor adventure. You can find us on KOTVchannel.com, YouTube, and our local stations.
Welcome back to The Bend. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. And yes, Tigger is right here besides me as well. We're going to head to the field where we have some updates coming in. First, let's head to Missouri. Justin Hampton has this.
We just wrapped up the first weekend of the Missouri archery season, and it has been hot. The weather's been in the 90s, but that didn't keep deer from moving. I've noticed a lot of deer moving right before daylight into about 8 o'clock in the morning, then going and laying down and coming back out around 5, 6 p.m. in the evening. Wonderful deer movement between them times. And, when we had success this weekend, I don't know how many others had success in Missouri, but that's a good tip to remember if you're going into the hot weather hunting in Missouri.
Thank you, Justin, for that. And be sure to catch him on Ozark Traditions TV as well as, by the way, Justin, congratulations on your 5x5 whitetail. Call us anytime at 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Now that fall is here and upon us in many places, what comes to my mind is Oktoberfest. Yes, the celebration of all the beers and brewskis out there, along with friends and family. So here you go. These are some tips.
Why don't we brew our own beer?
That's just something I've never tried, but I'd be all for it.
I'm out of here.
All right. So for those of you that don't brew your own beer, or you do and you've been always wanting to celebrate and share it with your friends and family, I'm encouraging you to have and host an Oktoberfest this next month here. And you know what? It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be expensive.
So if
Yes.
I'm understanding this right, you are encouraging all of us to throw a party.
Exactly. When is there not?
Makes all the sense to
when
me.
is
Continue.
it a bad time? It's always a good time to have a gathering. So here, let's go through this real quick, and you'll realize how stressless this could be. Invitations. Think about it. Facebook event. Social media is how everybody gets a hold of each other these days, and instantaneously you can add and adjust the schedule as needed along with what people should bring. So I always encourage to start a Facebook event, but don't forget, not everybody is on social media. So people like, for example, my own brother, I would have to still send out that group text that says, FYI, we're having this going on at this place at this time. Next, if you're thinking about food and things like that, and you think about Oktoberfest, those imported beers that we like to have can get very expensive. So when you create your event, I suggest having it BYOB, bring your own beverage, and bring one to share. Encourage everybody to bring their own favorite beverage that they enjoy, but then bring a 6-pack of, say, an import or something like that they know isn't something everyone's tried, to share. There you go.
I'm learning some things about you here, that you've kind of got this party thing down pat right here.
And as I say keep it simple when you're thinking about the food to have for everybody. You can suggest bring a dish to share. Again, tell them to just bring something, anything from chips to a salad, whatever it might be, but something that they can share. And if you don't feel like doing that, never be afraid to reach out to your friends and family and just tell them flat out what you would like them to bring. Because a lot of times they're just waiting for you to tell them, and they're happy to do it.
So we're providing the facility, the location is kind of like and organizing the get together.
Right.
I got you.
A lot of times I
right.
suggest, if you're hosting it, then we usually try to at least we offer up the staple, maybe the meat, something like that.
The main dish, the entree.
Yes, and I ask everybody else to bring everything else.
Side dish.
But if you feel like you don't want to do this, here, I got it even simpler for you. Appetizer. You're thinking it's Oktoberfest. You're thinking German. What do you have? Bavarian pretzels, the soft, warm pretzels. How easy is this? Go to Costco. Go to Sam's Club. You buy the big case for $12. It's got 12 big pretzels. You cut them up in little pieces.
You can get big pretzels.
Yes. And then you throw them
I'm late to this party.
Throw them in a slow cooker or something like that, then on low, and they'll be nice and warm, and then have a little warm cheese to dip in it. Ooh, you just got yourself cheese and Bavarian pretzels. Next, dinner. You're thinking, what am I going to serve for food, like a real meat? Well, again, we're thinking German, right? We got a theme going on. Oktoberfest.
Can't have pizza.
Sausages. We're talking, pick up your bratwursts, your Polish sausages, all of those different types. Cook them up ahead of time. The cheddar-filled ones, jalapeno-filled ones, but cut them all up into smaller, like bite-sized pieces, mix them together, have them pre-cooked, and then just put them in a roaster that people can just eat right out of. They can just, serve themselves, but now they're getting like a German sausage.
Feel, a German theme.
Yes,
okay.
and then make sure you have some gallon of German potato salad, a jar of sauerkraut or red cabbage. Boiled potatoes is the other thing that really goes with the German feel that we've got going on it. How easy is that to just get a bag of potatoes, boil them, and then have them just whole potatoes in with butter, salt, pepper, and people can dice them up and eat them as they want. Lastly, dessert, the easiest one, and I always tell people just to have friends and family bring this, or head to the bakery and grab an apple strudel, a German chocolate cake, maybe some European cookies or fall-themed treats. There you go. Everything you need, all easy and affordable. Folks, this has been one heck of a fun show. Thank you to my producer and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, to our guest, Austin Roller from Mandan, North Dakota. Austin, again, thanks for sharing your first successful archery hunt and sharing the insight for others looking into getting into the action for the first time. I say this week after week, folks. It doesn't matter the age or stage in life you try something new. It's the fact you did step outside of your comfort zone. And successful or not, we're willing to try. You got this, all right? You do. A big thanks to our Bend field staffers for this week's updates. Justin Hampton from Ozark Traditions TV. And congrats again to you, Justin, on your successful Missouri 5x5 whitetail. And a big thank you to Heather Crowe from Little Rack Taxidermy covering the Illinois area and for the tips to boot. Also, congrats again to Ella Unruh on her Velvet 5x5 muley. As you all keep making those memories this fall, especially as hunting season and autumn festivities get underway, keep tagging and sharing those stories with us. Always remember to email us at bendradioshow@gmail.com or tag us on social media everywhere at The Bend Show. We love hearing and sharing your life with you. If you missed part of this episode or to find all of our shows from the past, head to our website, thebendshow.com, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Looking to change things up for your next event, conference, or awards banquet? Have us, Tigger and Beck, entertain your crowd. From MCs to event headliner, public speaker, to acting as even the host couple, let us make your gathering extra special. From ranching, rodeo, cattle, hunting, fishing, camping, and so much more, we have the stories to share with the laughs to be had. Thank you to our partners, Ditali Outdoors, About You Photography, Buckstorm, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, ToxicCalls.com, Wobble Creek Outfitters, Atlas Tracks, Abrahamson Rodeo Company, RFD TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along, and whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.